I just got out of the theater watching Ant-Man and the Wasp, the Quantumania one. Yeah, I got a few pros and cons here. So keep it up with me, all right? I got 5 pros and I have 3 cons, all right? Let's get with a little bit of a summary here before. All right, so Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is really a fun, visually appealing movie which takes Ant-Man out of his smaller scale adventures and throws him into a more adventurous and Avengers level. Rule number 1: never light an incense burner while you're recording. I kid you not, I get so choked up. Alright. Ant-Man and the Wasp: The Quantumania is a very fun and visually appealing film which definitely brings Ant-Man out of his smaller scale adventures and throws him into a more appealing and Avengers level and very important MCU movie. Jonathan Majors as Kang commands attention. Him and Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, I kid you not, they have more chemistry than the other main characters like Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer and Caitlin, I can't remember what her name is, but the other lady, the lady that is recasting as Cassie. But everyone else, like Paul Rudd and Jonathan Majors, whenever they're on screen, they remind us of what acting is like. This is the most Star Wars-like movie I've ever seen, or I should say we've ever seen in the MCU, with elements of like Star Trek, Tron, blended in. Dude, it's very cool, very fun. Overall, the movie is alright. I just couldn't get past the stale performance of Michelle Pfeiffer. I just couldn't get past Michelle Pfeiffer's element of not telling us the story and what she knows is already experienced. Tell me! There's a scene also where another lady is saying, "Where did you come from?" And Ant-Man and Cassie, they're like, "We came from above." And then this native quantum realm lady is like, "Oh, well then he's after you." Who is he? Please, someone tell me, who is he? Tell me! It really left a stale performance in my mouth. But the 5 pros that I have are the visual effects and special effects. Everything that you could probably think of, like in Star Wars, there was a scene where our characters were going into a bar. There was another scene where they were patrolling around the city area, and obviously the bar looks like the bar from Tatooine. The city area kind of really looks familiar. The score of the film was top of the notch. I mean, every time I saw Kang, every time we saw some kind of heroic figure rising up from any kind of, I don't know, Jonathan Majors as Kang. I think that's self-explanatory there. Paul Rudd shows off some of his incredible range as an actor. Like I said, this movie really pushes Paul Rudd's performance as an actor and as Ant-Man as a whole. And if there was ever to be like another trilogy of movies of Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, sign me up.
Give me what I want! Give me what I want!
Just be about him, okay? The sci-fi elements applied to an Ant-Man movie, I love the whole visual effects, and really that applies to my first point, which is the visual effects and the special effects. The cons of the film, however, which is the conclusion, some jokes didn't really stick the landing, and I guess that's pretty common with Marvel movies. Of course, comedy is subjective, so some of the supporting cast of the franchise was kind of backseated. I wanted to see more of Wasp, and I never got to see more of her. She was very much important in the prequel of this film with Ant-Man and the Wasp, but not this one. I don't know why. Can Kevin Feige somehow help me out here? But anyways, I'm gonna have to give it a rating, and I think I think a 5 or a 4 out of 10 would be downplaying it. I mean, it is a pretty much of a good visual effect movie. Jonathan Majors as Kang is really carrying this as one of the pros. So I'm gonna go with 6 out of 10.